Alright, I'm going to show you how to build an automation that automatically goes ahead and it removes the people that are inactive and they never respond to you, nor do they ever open their emails, but they do not go ahead and unsubscribe. So you keep going ahead and speaking to a wall, which is not ideal because you do not want to keep wasting your time. So I'm going to show you how to build this automation right here that goes ahead and it removes them after a specific amount of time if the email is still not opened. Now keep in mind, this is only a simple version that simply checks if one email has not been opened for a specific amount of days, and it goes ahead and it removes that email. Now right here in the Google Sheets, we have the name and the email where we're storing the emails. So name, email, and here are the email metrics where we're checking who opened our emails and who did not, and when the email has been sent. This is all test data. So let's go ahead and we run the workflows for me to actually show you there. So execute workflow. It goes ahead, it grabs the inactive subscribers. It goes ahead, it removes the email in this one right here that's inactive, and here where it says remove analytics, it goes ahead to the email metrics and it removes that metric where it said not open of that specific email, because you don't want it still being there after you've already removed the email subscriber. So right here it has finished going there, and as you can see, Kalen there has been removed because his email has been left unopened for more than 7 days, and that was the criteria that was met, which went ahead and removed him from your email list and also removed him from the metrics, so it does not keep leaving him there when he's already removed. Now I'm going to show you how to build this automation step by step so you can keep your email list warm and with responsive people that actually open up your emails and read your emails. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Also, just for reference, the reason I already have the email metrics and the name of the email already set up in the Google Sheet is because I already had an automation where I go ahead and I send over my lead magnet to the people, and in return I get their name and their email, and then it goes ahead and stores everything in there as well as whether they opened it or not, and I will have that in the top right hand corner so you can go ahead and build that automation for yourself. Well, let's go ahead and rebuild this automation. Remove inactive subscribers email template. Quite a long name, but the first thing you want to go ahead right there is you want to go ahead and type in schedule trigger. It will remove the people on its own every day. It will check whether the people have opened that specific email or not, and if they haven't, and also if it's been more than 7 days, then it goes ahead and it removes them. But if it's been less than 7 days, then it will go ahead and not remove them and still leave them in the email list to first check it. Alright, so that right here, so I wanted to check daily at midnight, whenever. So right here, that will run in the background, and you want to go ahead and you want to grab you want to type in Google Sheets, and then here where it says get rows in sheet, click that, and then document, choose the document where you're storing all of the emails. So emails for me, and sheet 1 is where I'm storing it. Well, that's not what you want to do. Here where you're storing the email metrics, so where you're checking whether it's opened or not, that's what you want to grab. So email metrics, click that, get rows in sheet. Now after you've gotten the inactive subscribers, now you want to go ahead and you want to sort out the information. So set edit field, and now here you want to say email underscore sent for date. Underneath you want to type in the email. This is what we'll be using to identify the email that has not been opened and the person that didn't open the email. So email sent date and email. Now you want to go ahead, let me just, for the purpose of this video, email metrics, easy, and then subject Coco not opened, and then we have everything back stored in just for the sake of this video, so I can demonstrate that it works for you. So right here, get inactive subscribers, you want to go ahead and now click execute workflow so we can get some test data to work with. Edit fields, here where it says email send date, drag that right over there. Here where it says email, drag in their email right there. So now we have all of that information. You want to know, go ahead and type in date and time. You want to click the date and time right here. Get current date. You want to get the current date right here. So we have the current date. today's date. So we'll get today's date. But the problem with that is we'll also get the time, of which we do not want. We only want the date. So go ahead, type in date. All right, that's actually not a problem. We'll just leave it as it is. And then you want to go ahead and you want to click get time between dates, because this is what we'll be using to check how many days has been between the email send date and today's date. Now here we're specifically checking for the days, so we're going to leave that. But if you want to check for like months, a week, a year, hour, then you can also go ahead and do that. But I'm going to be checking in days. So the start date right here, let's go ahead and first once again execute the workflow. It goes ahead and grabs everything. Now here it says the start date right here. You want to go to the edit field, and the start date will be the email send date, so when we sent it, and then the end date will be today's date. So you go ahead and put that right there. Now once again, you'll see when we execute the workflow again, now it'll actually give us a date, and it's been about 1.66 there. Now remember, there are two items, and this one specifically is the one that was sent yesterday, so that's why it's showing one date. Then you go ahead, and now we want to click the if node. So if right here. Now if the days right here and here, this one you want to go ahead and say number, so is greater than or equal to 7 days. So if they haven't seen it for about a week, so it's greater if it's greater than 7 days, and then you go ahead and you add that information there. All right, now in this note here, you can go ahead and determine how many days you wanna first give them before you go ahead and you remove them from your email list. Now go ahead, a week not seen. If it's true, then you want to go ahead, type in Google Sheets, and this one specifically we're going to be using it to find the email that hasn't seen and delete it from the first sheet, so just the email. So get rows right here, go ahead and grab get rows, and then rename that find email ID, into that here document where we have the email stored. So right here, emails, and here we want to go where the emails are stored, so sheet 1 in the Google Sheet, that's sheet 1 where we have them stored. Now also here where it says filters, you want to add a filter there, and go ahead, select email, and the value here, you'll drag that all the way from the edit field, drag in the email right there, so it specifically just pulls that email's information. So find email. After we found the email, type in Google Sheet again. This time go ahead and delete rows or columns from sheet. Go ahead and click that. Now I'm going to go ahead, pick emails there where we're storing document name, and pick sheet 1 once again. So delete. Yet now the starting row right here, we don't have it yet, so I'll just put in some wrong information so it does not delete anything. You go ahead and then you execute the workflow right there. All right, so both of them obviously have not been more than that, so let's say more than 5 days. Execute workflow, so one of them has not seen it for more than 5 days, while the other one has seen it for less than 5 days. Go back in the delete rows one, here where it says the row number. Now you want to go ahead, drag the row number in there. Now here it says number of rows to delete, just type in 1. That's all you want to do. So you want to go ahead and remove that email. Afterwards, go ahead and once again type in Google Sheets. Now you want to go ahead and you want to first get all the remaining emails that are still left. So emails, sheet 1 once again. This time you add no filter. Get remaining, so it goes ahead and it gets the remaining emails that are left after the one has been removed that has not seen it for a while. Then you go ahead, Google Sheet once again, clear sheet right here, go ahead, emails, so emails right there, and then email metrics, no sheet right here, and then toggle on keep first row. Now what you will do is go ahead here where it says get inactive subscribers, pin that data there so you have it to work with it. And here where it says clear sheet, I'm going to clear the sheet here, and then you want to go ahead once again, type in Google Sheet, and then pick append row in sheet now, because we'll be re-adding the remaining emails that have seen the emails that we sent out, or the ones that still have some time to check the email. Append, then you want to go ahead, pick the emails again, go ahead, pick sheet 1 once again, and then the data you want to go ahead and send, which is the name in the email. We don't have that yet. Go ahead, execute the workflow. All right, and now you'll notice there was an error in there because there's some information to add. So here where it says name, drag the name. Nope. Here where it says get remaining emails, you want to go ahead, drag the name in there, and drag the email as well in there, so it stores the emails now. Now right here you want to once again go here to the week not seen and click on that circle right there, Google Sheet, and this time we're going to do the exact same thing except for the metric. So it finds and deletes the metric now. That is not necessary anymore. So get rows in sheet, find metric ID. Once again, emails, and this time you're going to pick email metrics, so where you're storing all of the not open and open stuff, and you're going to add a filter once again here where it says column, type in select email, go to the edit fields once again, drag in the email right there, so we have that in there, and then go ahead, type Google Sheets once again, delete rows or columns right here, go ahead, and now you go ahead and emails once again, email metrics once again. The starting row, that will be, we need to find metric ID first before we can go ahead and do that. So you're going to leave that there, execute the workflow with the existing data that we already have. All right, so now we have at least data to work with. So here it is. Now we have the row number, drag the row number in there and delete only one once again. Now we'll delete it from it. Now we need to go ahead and get the remaining ones. So Google Sheet, get rows once again, select emails, and then email metrics. You add no filter for this one. Then you go ahead, add another one, Google Sheets, and clear the sheet. You want to go ahead, clear the sheet, and then go ahead, pick emails, and then email metrics. Once again, whole sheet, toggle on keep first row, and then you add the last one, which where you're going to be re-adding the remaining metrics. Google Sheets, append row and sheet right there. You go ahead, emails, email metrics, so right there. Now we'll have everything, and we'll get that from the get email metrics right there, which we will get in a sec. But we need to go ahead and we need to run the workflow again. So execute workflow. Now you can go ahead and here where it says get remaining metrics. Now you're going to drag in the email right there, and where it says the subject, you're going to go ahead and drag in the subject. Where it says status, drag in the status once again. Where it says email send date, you're going to go ahead and you're going to grab the email send date, drag it in there, and that is how you re-add everything in there. So by now, because of the fact that we've been redoing everything right there, now this is your final workflow. So over here, it goes ahead and it removes the emails, and over here, it goes ahead and it removes the metrics of that specific email. So you go ahead, execute the workflow. All right, it can't really do anything because there's probably nothing in there. Yeah, there's nothing in there. So I'm quickly going to add in test data once again. All right, so I quickly went ahead and re-entered some test data to work with, which should work fine. Now you can go ahead and execute the workflow, grabs it, finds the ID, it goes ahead and it removes that email, which is supposed to be my email, so libisikalan@gmail.com. It should remove that one email and re-add the existing email. Still, it goes ahead, removes that metric as well from that email, and now the workflow is finished. So when we go ahead and we check again, went ahead and removed that metric from that specific email of mine, and also removed that email which did not check the emails at all. And that is basically how you do it. That's how you build a workflow that automatically goes ahead and it runs in the background. Remember, you're going to want to publish this so that it's active always in the background, and it's running and it's checking daily if there are any people that have not looked at that specific email for more than the specific amount of days that you set in there. So you can go ahead and remove that so you can keep emailing people that actually open your emails and want to listen to what you have to say. Now, in case you want the template of this N8N workflow that I built, I will have it down below in the link in the description, so you can go ahead and grab it yourself. That brings us to the end of the video. I hope you found this useful and you can start saving yourself some more time and not email people that do not even open your emails, but they also don't unsubscribe, which can become very annoying. That's the end of the video.